You can lay turf any time of the year, and as long as the turf comes, delivered and is put down in accordance with the conditions you have at the time of year, you can get fantastic results all year round. However, in the spring, summer months, if it turns hot and dry, you've got to water it twice a day religiously, otherwise turf will die. In the winter months, obviously you've got conditions with frost and snow to contend with. Snow's not really a problem in this country. The frost can be, but as long as the ground is not frozen, then it's no problem at all to lay turf on that. If I was to choose 2 periods of the year to get the perfect condition or perfect results, then I'll probably go for early spring or late autumn. To be fair, you can just leave it as it is. If it's going to be basically forecast rain, best thing is just to cover it in a sheet, just to keep it basically nice and dry, so therefore it's easy for you to lay. And also if it's going to freeze overnight, just cover it with a tarpaulin or a sheet, just keep the frost off it. You can't lay turf on frozen ground, okay? Let the ground thaw out first and then lay the turf down. Also, you cannot lay the rolls of turf once they're frozen. Obviously, if the turfs freeze, then all you'll do by basically trying to unroll them is just crack the roots in half and kill the turf. So let the rolls of turf thaw out, let the ground thaw out, and you can lay turf any other. You can lay turf any time of the year, but as long as it's thawed out. Obviously, if there's a frost forecast, basically after you lay the turf, don't water it that night, okay? In the winter months, it's not imperative that it has as much water in the summer, and the trouble is if you do water it, it'll freeze overnight and cause damage. I wouldn't walk it at all, unless you have to, because basically the more time you can give the lawn to settle in, the better. Walking on any lawn after frost is a no-no. Effectively, the leaf is frozen, and again, once the leaf is frozen and you walk on it, then effectively you're snapping the leaf, you're snapping the cells and killing the leaf. You won't kill the grass because obviously the roots won't be killed, but certainly you can leave black marks. Cutting the lawn at all in the winter months unnecessarily will stress the turf. To be honest, I wouldn't worry too much, as long as obviously it's not really mild. Obviously we can have some really mild temperature until Christmas and the grass is still growing quickly. If it is, just be very sympathetic, make sure it's cut when it's dry, not when it's wet, and cut basically not anywhere near a frost.